A Children's Divorce Guide. Chapter 1. Divorce and Children. The children of divorce. If the relationship is bad, don't stay for the sake of the kids. A divorce could be rough, but a lot of children will get over it in due time, even though some will be scarred for life and not trust loving relationships anymore. Tell the kids clearly that you broke up because of personal differences, not because of them. Try not to fight in front of them. Don't expose them to relatives who will gossip about it, and don't use the kids as sounding boards or pawns to learn about each other and get back at each other. Continue to treat your children as young people who need care, loving and nurturing in order to grow up sane and balanced. When you decide to divorce, the two of you as a couple should tell the kids to keep it friendly and show that sometimes some things don't work out. Try to make the actual divorce process a quick, amicable thing. Establish yourself in your new home quickly. Either help the kids adapt or have regular visitations to set them straight that you still love them and will be there for them. Answer any questions they might have. Explain custody to them, who they will live with, etc. In divorce, the children suffer. The two of you should get together and explain it to them. Try to keep them in the same school and the same neighborhood. Continue to love them no matter what. Children often know what's going on more than we give them credit for, especially when it affects them as divorce does, so it's important that we be open and honest with them. A child's reaction to the divorce depends on his or her age, maturity level, emotional development, number of siblings, relationship with each of the parents, etc. The divorce symbolizes a shattered family to a child, the loss of a parent, and possibly more. Grieving is a natural part of the process, and it will take time to heal if ever. Some of the aspects of grieving may be anger, denial, sadness, compromise, and acceptance. You have to help your child make peace with the divorce. Reassure them that you will always love them no matter what. Explain the truth to them that mommy and daddy don't love each other anymore and that it's best to go their separate ways rather than stay together and be miserable. Tell the child he or she is not to blame for what happened. Don't talk negatively about your ex-spouse to your child nor to friends if the child is in hearing distance. Tell your child they're allowed to be sad about the divorce and get them to talk to you about it, to tell you how they feel. Don't fall to pieces in front of your kids. Be strong. Move forward with your life so you will be a good example to them. Do not use the children as pawns and share them jointly as a team. No matter what, continue to love your children and keep a pure relationship where you don't badmouth their former mother to them. Get visitation rights and see them for their sake. It's not their fault. You didn't divorce your children. Don't use the children as messengers or the sounding board for your laments. Don't interfere with visitation rights. Don't move far away to spite his need to visit the kids, and don't get the children to beg him for money. Your kids will naturally try to play off one parent against the other, like say daddy lets me stay me or mom buys me new clothes. When they do this, be true to them by saying you're trying to raise them to be honorable, humble people. When one of a divorced couple's 4 kids died, they realized all their bickering was trivial and shared custody in a relaxed way from then on. So the lesson is try to be friends, have shared custody, and each of you should strive for involvement with your kids. Discuss their future plans together with the ex and try to have fun together with all of you present. Show them you still love them. Encourage them to talk to you about things that really matter and get them involved with being active in life. Show them you care about what's happening in their personal lives and at school. Lack of discipline can be a signal of lack of love, apathy, so you have to be consistently stern with the standard you set for them. When you set boundaries, you're showing them that you care enough to love them. Give them routine, stability, structure, and order in their lives. Keep following family, cultural, and religious customs. Watch your own mental health. Be strong, adjust well for your kids' sake. Stay relaxed. Take care of yourself. Be friends, or at least act friendly with the ex-spouse in front of the kids. Don't use the kids as spies or pawns to deal with your ex. Patience is a virtue when raising kids. Be smooth and equitable during the pickups for visitation and during holidays and vacations. Don't let the children become your support system instead of other adults such that you burden them with your own problems. Don't expose them to this. Let them grow up with some sense of ease. Be a class act. Let your children's relationship to your ex-spouse be free to whatever they make of it without interference from you. Don't make promises you can't keep. Don't entertain your kids' fantasies about getting back with the ex. Tell them straight up it will never happen, so get over it. If the kid looks like his dad, don't criticize him when he screws up saying he's a loser just like his dad. Try to get your kids to love each other and go out and visit relatives with them like grandparents, uncles, friends, etc. Don't give them money and bend over backwards to spoil them to overcompensate for feelings of guilt about the divorce. If the ex chooses to be deadbeat emotionally and financially, try to find some good role models, friends, and some positive clubs a kid can join like Cubs or the 4-H club. When you go dating and bring new people home, be casual but straight about it. Don't bring a revolving door of partners in. Just bring people in if you think there's a chance for a real relationship. If the child is consistently depressed, you should take him to see a counselor or someone who can help him deal with it, like a support group made UPOF children of divorced parents. Be a good parent. Be supporting and loving. Children's divorce websites. Try hashtag 306.89 or HQ777 at the library. DivorceCare.com, help as you recover from the hurt of separation. crckids.org, Children's Rights Council. heartchoice.com/divorce/index.php, heartchoice.com, divorce, you can survive this. kinderstart.com, kinderstart.com, because kids don't come with instructions. sharikads.com, sharikads.com, co-parenting system designed to assist child sharing between homes. coparenting.meetup.com, coparenting.meetup.com, meet up with other local people who co-parent to discuss challenges/rewards. parentsareforever.com, solutionsforfamilies.com, uptoparents.org, divorce-education.com, helpingchildrenthroughdivorce.com, webheights.net/dividedheart/articles.htm #parents, the divided heart, helping kids cope with divorce. It's not your fault.org. aaets.org/article116.htm. cfc-fc.ca/docs/0000315.htm, helping children after divorce. childrenanddivorce.com. dadandkids.com. dadandkids.com/ncfc. opinionjournal.com/taste/?ID=11000743 Effects of Divorce on Children. parentswithoutpartners.org, 800-637-7974. sandcastlesprogram.com, support group. Banana Splits. C/O Interact Publishers. Box 997. Lakeside, California 92040. 800-359-0961. Peer support group for children whose parents are either divorced, separated or dead. Beach Acres Institute. 6881 Beachmont Avenue, Cincinnati, Ohio 45230. 513-231-6630. Booklet helping children cope with divorce. Rainbows for All God's Children. 1111 Tower Road, Schaumburg, Illinois 60173. 708-310-1880. Support group for children and adults who are victims of divorce or death. Parental alienation syndrome/PA. Parental alienation or child alienation is a situation where the parent with custody poisons the child against the other parent by telling him or her how bad they are, which could be true or could be lies. They even put ideas into their heads that they were abused by the other parent. It happens. You could try to fight it in court using it as a grounds for the parent to lose custody of the children for poisoning them. The courts are looking for this because they know it happens. The children grow up, realize they were manipulated, but by then it's too late. One parent constantly downs the other parent and the child takes it to heart, believing that the other parent is evil. It's poisoning the child's mind without just cause. It's partially the Stockholm Syndrome, identifying with your oppressor. It's illegal to do this. If a parent can provide proof of parental alienation against him or her, he or she could win child custody in court. pac-online.org/pdf/lies-library.org/lis/polyacf.htm4famlaw.com/parental_alienation.htm divorcehq.com/articles/parent-alienation.html divorcesource.com/webcart/casualties.html en.wikipedia.org/wiki/parental_alienation. Family reunification info. There is an activist movement to reunite children whose parents ran away with them after a divorce and to reunite kids who were adopted with their biological parent or parents. childwelfare.gov/permanency/reunification, family reunification. Chapter 2. Children's legal issues. Children's rights info. The Reagan era passed Executive Order 12606, the family, which was pro-family. Then Clinton passed Executive Order 13405, protection of children from environmental health risks and safety risks, which gave the government some power to go in and oversee families to protect them from themselves. Many people think this is an intrusion of their rights, while many people say it's necessary to protect children from unfit parents, but the problem seems to be one of degree. Social and medical workers are too quick to go in and remove children from families at the first sign of any neglect, abuse, or corporal punishment. Often, an angry child can lie and make up stories to get their parents in trouble, which some do. The United Nations passed the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child in 1989, which is a document that gives broad rights to children: civil, political, economic, social, and cultural. What this does is basically challenge family rights and subordinates them to a child's rights, so parents have less power in raising their children. Children can leave their family if they want to go into the government system, or they can request to be emancipated from their parents to be free. If you're ever in a situation where the government takes your children for whatever reason, you may get some help from some Christian legal organizations. Children have rights to seek their own decisions regarding such things as abortion if pregnant, whether to give a child up for adoption, contraception, pregnancy, sexual behavior with consenting people, sexual orientation, sexually transmitted diseases. The Wisconsin Courts Mediation Branch has come up with the Children's Bill of Rights, which applies to children in divorce proceedings. The 10 tenets are as follows. 1. The right to be treated as an interested and affected person and not as a pawn, possession, or chattel of either or both parents. 2. The right to grow to maturity as a competent, responsible citizen. 3. The right to the affection, care, discipline, and protection of both parents. 4. The right to know both parents and to have the benefit of each parent's love and guidance. 5. The right to a positive and constructive relationship with both parents, with neither parent to be permitted to degrade or downgrade the other in the mind of the child. 6. The right to have moral and ethical values developed by precept and practices and have limits set for behavior, so that the child, early in life, may develop self-discipline and self-control. 7. The right to the most adequate level of economic support that can be provided by the best efforts of both parents. 8. The right to the same opportunities for education that the child would have had if the family unit had not been broken. 9. The right to the periodic review of custodial arrangements and child support orders as the circumstances of the parents and the benefit of the child may require. 10. The right to the recognition that children involved in divorce are always disadvantaged parties, and that the law must take affirmative steps to preserve their welfare and protect their interests. Children's rights websites: advocatesforyouth.org, crin.org/resources, Child Rights Information Network, youthrights.net, unhchr.ch. On hchr.ch/html/menu3/b/k2crc.htm, Convention on the Rights of the Child. acf.hhs.gov, Administration for Children and Families. crin.org, Child Rights Information Network, info@crin.org. loc.gov/law/help/child-rights/international-law.html. wikio.co.uk/family/teen/youth_rights. forchildren.org, Action Alliance for Children, comprehensive children's advocacy materials. forchildren.org/topics/family_support. info4parents.com, Children's Rights Council, custody info for unmarried parents. crin.org/enoc/resources/infodetail.asp, European Network of Ombudspeople for Children. answers.yahoo.com, same-sex sibling incest. childwelfare.gov. gocrc.com, Children's Rights Council. naturalchild.com, Children's Rights. info4parents.com, Children's Rights Council, custody info for unmarried parents. advocatesforyouth.org. nias.net, children's advocates who fight for the right of children to be heard and listened to if they are old enough. loc.gov/law/help/child-rights/australia.html. European Children's Network.org. childadvocate.org. childhouse.uio.no, Children's Rights. childrensdefense.org. crin.org, Child Rights. cwgk4.chem.cwru.edu. cwlaw.org, Child Welfare League. defenseforchildren.org. gmfc.org. hrw.org. naturalchild.com. ncra-youthrights.org. rightsofchildren.ca. unicef.org/crc, in Children's Fund. vix.com/crc/catalog.htm, Children's Rights Council. Advocates for Youth. 125 Vermont Avenue, Washington, D.C. 20005. 202-237-5700. Children's Rights Incorporated. 132 West 43rd Street, NYC 10036. 212-944-9800. Fax, 212-921-7916. crin.org. National Center on Child Abuse Neglect. 202-205-8586. Fax, 202-260-9351. National Council for Children's Rights. Children's Rights Council. 220 I St. Anne. Number 230. Washington, New Jersey 20002. 202-547-6227. Child Custody Resources. National Court Appointed Special Advocates Association. 2722 East Lake Avenue East. Number 220. Seattle, Washington 98102. 800-628-3233. 206-328-8588. Fax, 206-323-8137. National Legal Resource Center for Child Advocacy Protection. 202-331-2200. Children's Law/Juvenile Law websites. For legal purposes, a minor is a child or infant who doesn't have the maturity or the ability to act as a responsible adult. The age defining a minor varies by state, but in the federal 1974 Child Abuse Prevention and Treatment Act, a child is defined as someone under 18 years of age. A minor is a person under the legally defined age of adulthood, therefore normally required to be in the custody of a parent or guardian, in foster care or under other legally responsible supervision. Children's law usually covers foster care, child custody, child abuse, hitting your children, depriving them of the basic needs, child's rights to make their own decisions and emancipation. Juvenile law is usually criminal law, how we treat children who break laws. NACCchildlaw.org, National Association of Counsel for Children. Kids.laws.com, Kids Law, Kids Law section provide guide to legal process involving kids, kid legal definition, child custody, and other legal issue involving kids. osbar.org/public/pamphlet/youth law/youth_index.html, Youth Faces the Law, a Juvenile Rights Handbook. osbar.org/public/pamphlet/youth law/youth_index.html, from the Oregon State Bar Association. abanit.org/child/home.html, Children Family Law Issues, ABBA. 4efron.com/resources/The Changing Face of Juvenile Justice by Thomas Grisso.pdf. abanit.org/child/home.html, ABBA Center on Children and the Law. Answers.uslegal.com. CAIchildlaw.org, Children's Advocacy Institute, San Diego, CA. CCLP.org, Center for Children's Law and Policy, Washington, D.C. Childlaw.sc.edu, the Children's Law Center is a resource center for South Carolina professionals who are involved in child maltreatment or juvenile justice court proceedings. Children'sLawCenter.org, nonprofit corporation providing free legal services in the District of Columbia. Family.findlaw.com. Children'sLawCenter.org. Children'sLawGroup.com. Children'sLawKey.org, Kentucky. Children'sLawLaw.org, Children's Law Advocacy Resources, Louisiana. Children'sLegalCenter.com, promoting children's rights in the UK and worldwide. CLCCT.org, Children's Law Center of Connecticut Incorporated. CLClaw.org, Children's Law Center of Los Angeles. CLCM.org, Children's Law Center of Massachusetts Inc., helps low-income children. CLCMN.org, Children's Law Center of Minnesota. criminal-law.freeadvice.com/juvenile_law. denumlaw.com/juvenile_law.html, Austin, TX. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/juvenile_left_law. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/lawyers_for_children, the mission to advocate on behalf of children in foster care in New York City. FACLC.org, FamilyChildren's Law Center GotTrouble.com/legal/criminal/juvenile. IPL.unm.edu/child law, New Mexico Children's Law Center. JLC.org, Juvenile Law Center, the Rights of Children in Pennsylvania. Juvenile-law.org. larkc.org/pamphlet/children_family. law.duke.edu/child law, Children's Law Clinic, North Carolina. law.justanswer.com. lawdigest.uslegal.com/minors. lawforkids.org. lawwhelp.org. lawinfo.com/attorney/juvenile-law. legal-database.com/family law. legalmatch.com/law-library. musicalelmix.com/juvenile_law_news.aspx. peoples-law.org/children. Rocky Mountain Children's Law Center.org. searchballoon.com/society/law/legal_information/juvenile_law.aspx. youthlaw.org. American Bar Association. Center on Children and the Law. 541N. Fairbanks, CT. Chicago, Illinois 60611. 312-988-5522. abanit.org/child. Center on Children the Law. 202-662-1720. Children's Defense Fund. 25 EST. Washington, D.C. 20001. 202-628-8787. childrensdefense.org. Emancipation of a minor. Minors who have been freed from parental control and care as by marriage or military service, are called emancipated minors. Children under the age of majority can free themselves from parental or guardian control by two methods. Emancipation. The young person achieves self-reliant adult status by either joining the military, getting married, working a job, paying their own way, getting pregnant and on social welfare, etc. Mature minors generally don't meet the standard for emancipation, but they can override their parents in certain important decisions about their lives like medical care and education choices. A child who is generally about 15 or older but not yet the age of adulthood can file a legal motion to be emancipated from his parents' or guardian's custody. Most states have an age limit. You can't be younger than a certain age to file this legal process. Answers.uslegal.com/category.php $sid=11. ehow.com, how to become an emancipated minor in Washington State. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/emancipated_minor. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/emancipation_of_minors. family.findlaw.com/emancipation. jlc.org, Juvenile Law Center. Guardianship by law/legal guardianship. A guardian is an adult who has been given temporary or long-term legal responsibility for a minor, called a ward, though not necessarily having day-to-day custody and care of the child. In legal proceedings relating to child abuse, child neglect, or custody, the court will often appoint a guardian to represent the child's interests during the case. In these cases, the guardian is sometimes called a conservator or a surrogate parent. If a parent, generally a single parent, knows he or she is going to die soon due to a terminal disease, find a guardian for your kid, and set it up in your will. You could even do an adoption process by the guardian while you're still alive. If you are the parents of children with disabilities that will require care into adulthood, find a guardian, usually a relative or good friend, who is ready, willing, and able to take care of them should something happen to you, then designate it in the will. If you don't do this, there will be custody battles and the court may even take over control of the children and put them in state-run institutions. Foster parents are often appointed guardians of the children in their care. The legal guardian may be held responsible for the child's wrongdoing. Gay and lesbian couples need to get a guardianship form in places where gay marriage is not legal. Answers.com/topic/guardian-ad-litem, guardian appointed by the court. Babycenter.com, how should we choose a legal guardian for our child? Childguardianplan.com, child legal guardian plan, custody guardianship form kit. Childguardianship.com. courtTV.com/archive/legal-cafe/family/nanny/guardian.html. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/legal_guardian. free-legal-document.com/legal-guardian.html. guardianet.net. harrisfamilylaw.com/article/colorado-legal-guardianship.cfm. isitlegalto.com, ask a question. law.justanswer.com. livestrong.org, what is the process for naming a legal guardian for a child? lsnjlaw.org/english/family/guardianship/kinship/index.cfm. nalo.com, The Guardianship Book for California, How to Become a Child's Legal Guardian by David Wayne Brown, Emily Doskow. Guardian Association. POG 1826. Pinellas Park, Florida, 34644. 813-448-0730. Monthly newsletter The Guardian. National Guardianship Association. Office of Conferences and Institutes, Western Michigan University. Kalamazoo, Michigan, 49008-5161. 616-387-5400. 4171. Fax, 616-387-4189. Newsletter National Guardian, Membership Directory. Parental liability for child's actions. Parental liability is a parent's obligation for damages caused by a minor child regardless of whether the child's actions are committed as a result of criminal acts, intention, or negligence. The extent and nature of parental liability varies with state laws. Most states hold parents responsible for willful or malicious property damage and willful or malicious personal injuries caused by their children. Generally, the state laws limit the dollar amount of parental liability and do not hold parents liable for actions of children under 8 or thereabouts, except in cases where the parent was grossly negligent, as in leaving a loaded gun laying around, in easy access of a young child. Under the family car doctrine, the parent may be liable for damages caused by a child driving his or her parents' vehicles, regardless of whether it is with their consent or not. A list of juvenile law websites at user.xmission.com/wake/utahjuvenilelaw.html. There is a good juvenile justice article at that page user.xmission.com/wake/utahjuvenilelaw.html. user.xmission.com/wake/juvenileprosecutors.html. The National Council of Juvenile and Family Court Judges published Juvenile Delinquency Guidelines. ncjfcj.org/resource-library/publications/juvenile-improving-court-practice-juvenile. The National Juvenile Defender Center. njdc.info. njDC.info/wp-content/upload/2013/09/delinquency-notebook.pdf. utcourts.gov/court/juvie, Utah's Juvenile Disposition Guidelines. sentencing.utah.gov, Utah's Division of Juvenile Justice Services. jjs.utah.gov. Utah Board of Juvenile Justice. juvenile.utah.gov, Utah Network on Juveniles Offending Sexually. nojos.net, Federal Publications on Juvenile Justice. ncjrs.gov/app/publications/alphalist.aspx, U.S. Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention. ojjdp.gov/index.html, National Center for Juvenile Justice State Profiles. ncjj.org/publications/state-justice-profiles-2005.aspx, Center on Juvenile and Criminal Justice compilation of juvenile court success stories. cjcj.org/upload/cjcj/documents/secondchances.pdf, National Council of Juvenile and Family Court Judges. ncjfcj.org, Interstate Commission for Juveniles. JuvenileCompact.org, PBS Frontlines Show on Juvenile Justice. pbs.org/wgbh/pages/frontlines/shows/juvenile, PBS Frontlines Show on Little Criminals. pbs.org/wgbh/pages/frontlines/shows/little, the National Juvenile Defender Center. njdc.info, the American Bar Association's Juvenile Justice webpage. apps.americanbar.org/dch/committee.cfm?com=CR200000, Utah Juvenile Defense, a summary. user.xmission.com/wake/Utah Juvenile Defense.html. Utah Juvenile Defense Video. user.xmission.com/wake/Utah Juvenile Defense Video.wmv. user.xmission.com/wake/juvenile-qrtc graphics.html. The Willow Project. user.xmission.com/wake/The Willow Project.html. Technically anyone can refer a child to juvenile court. Internet self-arrest form. eastpointpolice.org/selfarrestform.htm. NoHos. Utah Network on Juveniles Offending Sexually. nojos.net. Sentencing.utah.gov. The impact of the Serious Youth Offender Law. Justice.utah.gov/documents/research/juvenile/syol impact.pdf